Hey beauties, it is your girl, Jessica Nicole. And for the sake of 420 today, which is National Weedhead Day, I decided to do a story time. Yes, me, she, her, I decided to do a story time. Now, for those of you that are sitting in front of your computer and saying, finally, don't get too hyped because this is not a regular thing. Well, you should know that already. This story time is about basically the 2 times that I got way too high. And yeah. Oh, and before I get into the story as well, I have not smoked in almost 7 years, or about 7 years. I have not smoked since I met my boyfriend. So yeah. So with all of my stories, you guys already know there is a backstory. It's not much of a backstory, but I still got to give you guys a backstory. So around this time, I was 18 or 19. It was definitely before I met Keon, but while I was with my ex. So I remember I had to be around 18 or 19. He didn't like that I smoked at that time, but I didn't care what he thought. So I was just, a little chimney or whatever, I used to hang out with my cousin a lot. She was going to St. John's University, and she used to hang out with a lot of frat people and sororities. So like her house was always filled with people. Her house was always fun because she was living off campus in an apartment with, I think, 3 roommates. But her house was always popping. Like, you go there, her boyfriend was a part of a fraternity, so anytime you go there, his frat crew would be there, he would be there, some of campus would be there. Like, her house was so much fucking fun. So I used to go to her house probably 3 days out of the week after work to chill with her, and every time I went over there, okay, I was smoking. The first time I got a little too high was her birthday. She had a birthday party at her house, of course. A bunch of her friends were there, and I already knew them through her. So like, just being at her house, I met a lot of her friends. And anytime, she had an event when she was staying there, because I didn't live too far, she would always invite me. So I came through with whatever, to hang out with my cousin for her birthday. And they made her a birthday cake. Now, when I decide if I'm going to smoke, I do not drink. I do not touch alcohol. I don't like the feeling. I feel overly sick, so I never drink and smoke at the same time. But that's besides the point. When I got there, they made her a cake. Now, it was a homemade cake. Very much so homemade, okay? I still was all checked. I get there, I greet everybody, we're joking, having fun, and my cousin rolls up, and she's smoking. She passes it to me. I'm smoking with her, and everybody starts cutting the cake. I don't remember if they sang happy birthday to her or not, but they cut the cake and they give out the cake to all of us. Now, I'm eating the cake, and I'm like, this cake tastes so good. It tastes like weed, but it tastes so amazing. Now, remember, I said I was smoking before I ate the cake, okay? So I ate the cake. The cake is amazing. So good. I didn't eat. They gave me a little piece and it was like, you don't need that much. But then my cousin grabbed another piece and we shared that second piece together. Okay? Y'all hearing what I'm saying, right? I smoked. I ate a piece of the cake that they gave out for everybody. They gave everybody a little piece. And then my cousin grabbed another piece and me and her shared that piece. Now, I'm already high off of the blunt, so I'm not feeling the cake. And I wasn't expecting to feel the cake because it didn't have like a strong weed taste. I was like, oh, I'm not going to feel the cake. Like, I'll be okay. But your girl was wrong. So while I'm not feeling the cake and she's not feeling the cake, we decide to spark up another blunt. Yeah, guys, we decided to spark up another blunt. Now,
it was at this moment that Emily knew. She fucked up.
We smoking, and somehow, some way, the cake hit us. Now, when the cake hit us, everybody was starting to leave. So we have our fun, we enjoying our night, we partying. Everybody starts to leave, and that's when me and her start to feel the cake. Now, we both literally start feeling the cake around the same time. So we're sitting on the couch, and she has still a couple roommates. Well, her roommates were still there, and a couple of her friends were still there. So her friends that were late showed up with a bottle for her and another cake. Now I'm high, okay? So I honestly don't know what's going on. I can barely see. My vision is blurred. All I hear is people talking, all right? And that's basically it. So they bring my cousin her cake. They sing happy birthday to her. They tell her to cut the cake. Now I'm looking, but again, guys, my vision is blurred, so I can't really tell what's going on. I know she's cutting the cake, but I'm thinking she's cutting it in a slice. Now my cousin thinking she's cutting it in a slice, but in all honesty, my cousin is cutting cutting a quarter piece of the cake and trying to give it to somebody as a slice. Now they let us both know that she's not cutting the cake right, and we stared at the cake. Like, I stared at the cake long enough for my vision to become unblurred, and I realized that she cut the cake down the middle in half and then cut that half down the middle in half. So she was really trying to give somebody a quarter piece of the cake. So we're dying laughing. When I say dying laughing, I mean about to piss ourselves laughing. It wasn't that funny, but to us, it was hilarious. Sit back, relax, and my cousin looks at me. Now this time, I can't see anything, okay? Pitch black. My cousin looks at me and she says, "Yo, Jess, you good?" And I turn my head to her. Mind you, I can't see nothing. It's pitch black. And I shake my head, yes. My cousin told me that the next day that when I shook my head, yes, my eyes were closed. Like, I had my eyes closed. So I'm thinking I can't see nothing. When in all honesty, I shut my eyes and I could not open them. During the time that I was laying there with my eyes closed, I was in my head panicking because I heard my heart beating and my heart was beating really slow in my head. So I was like sitting there thinking that in my head, I'm saying, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. I was saying it out loud and a couple people around me were laughing, but clearly I didn't die. I was fine. I was just a little too high. Night went on super high. I could not see anything again. My eyes were closed the entire time. Somehow, some way, I fell asleep. And when I woke up the next morning, I was in a couch with, it was me, my cousin, 2 of her roommates, and 1 other person. So there was 5 of us in one couch sleeping. How we made that work, I don't know. How I fell asleep in a couch with 5 people, I don't know. But we were all knocked out in the couch, okay? I did wake up in the afternoon. It had to be around 3 o'clock. And when I woke up, everybody was still sleeping. So you only knew how messed up we really were that night. All I gotta say to y'all is, don't eat weed, smoke it, okay? Next story. It was New Year's Eve, and I was hanging out with the same cousin. Went to her house, and she told me that we were going to a New Year's, she was having a New Year's party, or we were going to a New Year's party. One or the other. I can't really remember the deets on that, but I do remember us, you know, supposed to be doing something. Went over her house for New Year's Eve. The ball dropped while we were at her house. You know, everybody was drinking. Her and I were smoking. Okay, night went by. Now, after a while, I guess nobody was coming to the party, or she decided that she doesn't want to go to the party, and we just stayed in the house and was smoking. Now, we smoked 2 blunts together, and we were just chilling in the couch. Around, I would say like 12:30, my friend, we're gonna call her G said that she was gonna come through. Now, come to find out, G was already drunk. She walked into the house with a little bottle of Hennessy in her pocket and was ready to smoke. So, being that my cousin and I smoked 2 blunts already, we were just chilling, and she was smoking by herself, basically, and getting drunk by herself. Now, I didn't think that G was that messed up, but come to find out, she really was. Drinking, enjoying our time, laughing, whatever the case may be. And my cousin decides that she wants to smoke 1 more blunt. So I was like, okay, fine. I'm not going to smoke all of it, but we can do that. So we smoking. I am overly high. I feel my heart beating again. I hear it. Okay, I hear it. A smidge of paranoid. But I'm looking at G, and she's on a whole different spectrum from where I am. Now, I'm this much paranoid, but she is just out of it. So I was like, all right, let's go walk to the cab stand. Uber wasn't popping at this point, okay? Again, I was around 18 or 19. I said, let's walk to the cab stand. We both grab a cab and we both go home. She said, all right, cool. So we leave. My cousin and her roommates. I think she had like 2 roommates there. Oh, another thing. Her roommate was so out of it that she was honestly dancing on the couch. Like dancing on the couch as if she was dancing on a man in the club. Like she was literally dancing on the couch like that. And we was all like staring at her, you know, the high stare, like staring at her for a long time. That's how messed up we were, guys. We were jacked up. Imagine like 6 or 7 girls in the house just messed up. Anyway, we're walking to the cab stand. Now my cousin lives up a hill towards the cab stand. So when we go to the cab stand, we're going downhill. So we're walking to the cab stand and I are not talking. I'm listening to birds chirping, the crickets doing whatever they do. I hear everything except for talking to me. I thought that she wasn't saying nothing until we reached outside of her block onto the main road, and she said she was talking to me the entire time. Didn't hear nothing. Walking downhill to the cab stand, and G runs off and leaves me. Like, just jets and leaves me. So I'm black. You know, black people don't ask no questions. We just start running. So I ran after her. When we got to the end of the block, which was Hillside and Parsons, when we reached there, told me she heard something, so she left me. Like, girl, you supposed to be my friend. Like, we get in the cab stand, we sitting down, and I'm staring at her, like literally at her, and she's doing this. Staring at me in my eyes, but rocking back and forth and telling me to stop moving. So I'm thinking that I'm moving, but in all honesty, I'm not moving. She's moving. But we're both so messed up that we both think that we are moving. That night showed me that I should, and when I got home, I thought that when I got home, I walked through the building and I thought that there was nobody at the front desk, and they kept saying hi to me, and I'm just like looking around thinking that there's nobody there, but all honesty, there was somebody at the front desk. Look, I was bugging, okay? I was bugging out. I went home, I took the box of Captain Crunch berries, took the box with me, and I went to sleep with the box in my bed. Those were the 2 times that I was messed up. I bet you there was more that went on and I don't even remember it, but I'm giving y'all a smidget of what I remember. Okay? I don't smoke anymore, so I don't have to worry about that. If you guys, smoking is your prerogative. Do I think smoking is cute now? No. When I smell weed, do I want to get high sometimes? Yes. But will I do it? No. Be careful, because I know a lot of people who got some messed up weed and they are not the same anymore. So yeah, be safe for 420. Okay? Make sure y'all stock up on y'all snacks, y'all juice. Make sure you have your savory, your sweet, all that good stuff. All right? Oh, and try a Carvel cake. Try a Carvel cake. All right? And if you can get it from Carvel, ask them for a side of those little cookie crunch things that they put in the center of the cake. You'll love it. Tell them I sent you. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed these 2 story times. I know they were quick and short. All right. Love you guys so much. And I'll see you guys in my next video.